Hello there, Nareg is here. Today I'm going to talk about the operations related to bounding. First, let's introduce what do we mean by bounding. Let's say we have a certain value x between two numbers a and b. This is what we call bounding. Let's say x is between 1 and 3, x is between 1 and 7. So this is what we're doing when we're bounding a certain number. Now, what are the different cases that I can have? X could be strictly between a and b. X could be equal to a but smaller than b. X could be greater than a but smaller or equal to b. Or X could be between a and b and even equal to a or equal to b. These are the four cases related to bounding. Now, there are some definitions related to bounding. Whenever we're talking about b minus a, that is called the width, or it's called the amplitude. It's called the amplitude. Now, the amplitude, I'm going to call it capital A. While a plus b over 2 is called the center of this boundary, so I'm going to call it C. And whenever you're calculating b minus a over 2, it will be the radius, simply known as r. So I'm going to take a small example related to this part. Let's say we have pi between 3.14 and 3.15. Now, in case I'm going to calculate a is equal to b minus a is equal to 3.15 minus 3.14, so it's 0.01. As for the center is b plus a over 2, so it will be 3.15 plus 3.14 over 2, so you will obtain 3.145. As for the radius will be b minus a over 2, so it will be b is 3.15 minus 3.14 over 2. I will have 0.005, and this is for the radius. So this is how you actually find the amplitude, the center, and the radius. Now, what we're mostly interested in is the operations related to bounding. Let's say the addition of two boundings, the subtraction, the multiplication, division. So let's first start with the addition. So when we have, I'm gonna call this part, so it's x plus y. When we have, let's say, x between a and b, and similarly we have y between c and d. No matter what the values are for a, b, c, and d, you can simply deduce that your addition will be x plus y will be between a plus c and b plus d. All right, let's take an example. We have x between 17.3 and 17.4, while y is between 21.9 and 22. So whenever I'm going to calculate x plus y, it will be x plus y between 17.3 plus 21.9 and 17.4 plus 22. So x plus y is going to be a certain value between 39.2 and 39.4. So this is how you do the addition. What about the subtraction? So the second case will be subtraction, x minus y. So in order to do the subtraction, let's say again we have x between a and b and y between c and d. In this case you cannot subtract a minus c, x minus y. No, you need to find out the addition of x plus minus y. So you need to find out minus y. Minus y will be between minus d and minus c. So whenever you're gonna do the subtraction, it will be x minus y, which is x plus minus y, will be between a minus d and b minus c. So this is related to the subtraction. And let's take an example. Let's say we have again the same values, x between 17.3 and 17.4, while y is between 21.9 and 22. So you need to find out minus y. Minus y is between minus 22 and minus 21.9. And you need to calculate x plus minus y, which is x minus y, of course. So x minus y will be between 17.3 minus 22 and 17.4 minus 21.9. So x minus y will be between minus 4.7 and minus 4.5. So this is how you do the subtraction. Now what about the multiplication? What about the multiplication? I'm interested in calculating x times y. Now there is a very important thing that you should have. Your boundaries a, b, c and d should be positive. In case you want to do multiplication or division, your boundary should be positive. A, b, c and d should be positive. So we have x between a and b, while y is between c and d. So in case I'm interested in x times y, so x times y, and of course a, c, b and d are positive, I can say that a times c will be smaller than x times y, smaller than b times d. So this is for the multiplication. I'm going to take an example, but it's an example where we have negative values, so we need to find out what's going to happen. Let's say x was between minus 4 and minus 2, while y is between 1 and 3. The first thing that you should do is to find out minus x, because negative x will have boundaries which are positive. So negative x is between 2 and 4. And right now I can do the multiplication, so it will be y times minus x is between 1 times 2 and 3 times 4. So minus xy will be between 2 and 12. I'm interested in x times y, so I need to take the opposite. So it will be x times y between minus 12 and minus 2. So this is how you find the bounding of x times y. The last part is related to the division. So we have x over y. Now in this case, let's say again, we need to have the boundaries positive. So a, b, c and d should be positive in order to do this operation. So we have x between a and b, while y is between c and d. I cannot do division. I need to find out 1 over y, which is between 1 over d, and 1 over c. And right now I can say that x times 1 over y, which is x over y, will be between a over d and b over c. So this is how you do the division. Let's take the example related to this part. So we have again x between -4 and -2, y between 1 and 3. You need to find out first, you need to calculate negative x is between 2 and 4, and 1 over y is between 1 over 3 and of course 1. And then you need to multiply, so minus x times 1 over y will be between 2 over 3 and 4. So x over y will be between -4 and -2 over 3. So this is how you find the division of the operation related to the division of two boundaries. So this was all for this part. Why don't you subscribe to my channel? You'll be notified whenever I upload new material. I can also share with you my Instagram and Facebook account, and in case you want to contact me directly, or you can leave a comment below. I hope it was helpful, and see you next time.